There is a recurring question that you always ask me about virtual reality devices. Do I need glasses to use these gadgets? Do they cause any visual problems? Is it better to have some kind of protection? Well, today in this video, I will try to explain how a virtual reality device works so that the eyes see it as something normal. I will explain to you what conditions actually prevent you from seeing the device completely clearly. I will also explain what the optimal solution is, and above all, I will ask you about my experience after having been testing devices since 2017 and how it has affected my vision. So don't miss anything in this video because it's the topic that burns you. And we start with the simplest. How does a virtual reality device work? Virtual reality devices have two screens inside, or well, they simulate two, depending on the gadget. All that information passes through lenses that are responsible for distorting the image so that it reaches our eyes, and when that information reaches our eyes, we see the virtual life as if it were normal life. Hence the feeling that it seems we are seeing something real through these devices. This stereoscopic vision is based practically on the same principles as when we see in real life, and the conditions we have in our eyes will also affect us in the same way if you have myopia, if you have astigmatism, if you have any type of presbyopia, or even if you have strabismus. But how does all this really work so that in the end it ultimately ends up involving us in that way? As we already know, this technology is still in its infancy, and there are things that are obvious but that we often overlook. And it is, for example, the focal point. In real life, we are able to focus on something that is close, or we are able to focus on something that is far away. In the virtual world, unfortunately, that does not happen. The lenses mounted on these devices are fixed focus. This means that they are optimized to function between 0.5 meters and 3 meters in distance. Beyond 3 meters, they will appear blurry, which is why many of you say that when playing simulation games, you are unable to see the license plates of the cars. And behind 0.5 meters, the same thing will often happen. Maybe you have picked up a virtual sign, tried to read it close to your face, and you are unable to read the letters. While it is true that all this is starting to be solved with the latest panel technology, and thanks to the high resolution we are achieving, we are still very far from having variable focus. And while it is true that variable focus already exists and has been developed, laboratories from different manufacturers of virtual reality devices are still working on it. It has not yet been possible to bring it to the public. Furthermore, I believe that for this to eventually arrive and be truly noticeable, we will need a high amount of pixels capable of simulating real life. If not, it wouldn't make any sense because with current resolutions, no matter how much you want to focus far away, you won't be able to. Therefore, if in real life you definitely have any kind of vision condition that prevents you from seeing between 0.5 and 3 meters away, and you see everything blurry or not clearly, you should know that you will need glasses to see within the virtual reality device. These types of visual problems, although they are different. Astigmatism is a deformation of the cornea or lens, and myopia is a condition that directly affects the retina, especially the front part of the retina, as they make us see everything in our real environment, and especially our virtual environment, blurry and out of focus. So in these cases, it will be mandatory to wear prescription glasses inside the device. Now I will tell you what the solutions are. On the other hand, if you have, for example, presbyopia or a little hyperopia in your vision, it is very likely that you do not need to use prescription glasses inside the device, since generally, what is close already appears blurry and we do not need it. In fact, there are people who have presbyopia who see perfectly when using a virtual reality headset. It may be your case or it may not, but just know that there is a solution for all of this, and this is where we need to get to. When you buy a virtual reality headset, the manufacturer is already aware of all these problems, and as a general rule, almost all, if not 100%, allow prescription glasses inside their device. Some usually include spacers so that the lens does not touch the glass of the lenses and get scratched. Others even include an adjustment for diopters, which would only affect myopia. For those of us with astigmatism, that is of no use, and surely many more solutions will come in the future. But what you can really do is take your own glasses and place them inside the device. As I said, almost all manufacturers usually take this into account so that you can use it. The problem is that it can be quite uncomfortable, in addition to the risk that scratches may pose, whether to your glasses or the device's own lenses when using it. The optimal solution, and the one I have been using from the beginning, is to buy prescription lenses that are placed inside the device, which have my prescription and allow me to see virtual reality, mixed reality, and augmented reality as if I were using my regular glasses. This way I can take off my own glasses and use the device without any of them. It is extremely comfortable, and we have no issues with scratches and such. And even, for example, those from Veroc have a magnetic system that allows us to remove and put on just the prescription part so that other family members can use it without having to disassemble practically everything. These solutions are practically available for all devices. For the Quest 2, Quest 3, for the Apple Vision Pro, for the Meta Quest 3, and even for the Unreal, which are the latest glasses I'm using to view multimedia content. We also have solutions for the PICO 4 and PICO 4 Ultra. In short, there are solutions practically for everyone. If you want to buy them, I will leave a link in the information box. I also leave you some discount codes that will give you a pretty interesting percentage off to buy them, so don't miss these offers.